Nobody loves the warrior until the enemy is at the gate. That's from a photo I discovered on the Facebook page of the District Number 8 American Legion Riders Post 66. This is Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson. I'm your host, Bill Polnick, and Veterans Day is in the month of November, and it's also National Gratitude Month. It warms my heart seeing how the communities located here on the western edge of North Dakota express their gratitude to those who have served our country. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, they're all equally deserving of a handshake, a thank you. Any expression of gratitude you can show these men and women is so important. And today, you'll meet a young lady who's dedicated her professional life to assisting veterans acquiring the benefits they have coming their way from the Veterans Administration. Jessica McClellan is the Stark County Veterans Service Officer, and she's on the show today. And along with Jessica, you'll meet a man who loves his country, loves his community, and works tirelessly organizing various events put on by his group, the District Number 8 American Legion Riders Post 66. Edward Dick is coming up on the program. Please leave the dial where it is. The next 30 minutes are so important as CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson presents Western Edge Living, and it starts now. CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson presents Western Edge Living.
Western Edge Living.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Pretzel lovers. The Thirsty Pretzel, located inside the Worst Shop in Dickinson, features 8 flavors of pretzels, with more to come. Choose from honey mustard, French onion, dill pickle, and more. And gluten-free pretzels are available. The Thirsty Pretzel also has granola, caramel crunch mix, and snack mix. Various quantities and gift boxes are available, and they deliver to Dickinson businesses. Find the Thirsty Pretzel on Facebook, call 701-590-1499, or stop in at the Worst Shop. The Thirsty Pretzel. Medora Boot and Western Wear in the heart of historic Medora. Open 10 to 5 every day, but closed Tuesdays. Boot is their middle name, and they have over 1,500 pairs of boots in stock for all ages and sizes. They also have the all-new Higher Boot with many new styles, Western clothes, belts, caps, hats, and more, including a great line of toys and Longhorn wall decor. Medora Boot and Western Wear for the cowboy and cowgirl in you.
Medora Boot and Western Wear.
Service Pro Express Lube, now open on East Fuller Dickinson. Gets your vehicle serviced quickly, and you're back on the road in no time. No appointment required. You don't even get out of your vehicle. They utilize Service Pro oil, the only oil produced and refined in the U.S., and it meets or exceeds vehicle manufacturer requirements. Plus, they top off all fluids and perform multi-point inspections. It's part of what's offered at Service Pro Express Lube. Students looking for a part-time gig? Inquire at Service Pro Express Lube. Ask about the Scholarship Incentive Program. Service Pro Express Lube, East Fuller Dickinson, next to Lucky's.
At Poncheros, we put a lot of work into building every burrito to last for about 10 minutes. Poncheros, come build your better. At Poncheros, every tortilla starts as a small ball of dough. Then it's fresh pressed to perfection. That's just how we do it. Poncheros, come build your better.
Howdy from historic Medora and Little Missouri Saloon and Dining. We are open 7 days a week all year round. Little Missouri Saloon and Dining is well known for great food, great drinks, and great times. Lots of folks find our menu to be very unique and satisfying. Nobody leaves here hungry. Find out more at littlemosaloon.com. Come check us out. You won't be disappointed. See you at the Little Missouri Saloon and Dining in historic Medora.
And we are back in the nice warm studios of Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson. Thank you for tuning in. As promised, my good friend Edward Dick. And it's so good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Every time I see this guy, he's got a story for me. So I'm calling you out on it today. We've got 10 minutes to tell some stories. How's that sound?
Okay, yes, indeed.
First of all, you are the District 8 commander of the American Legion, which is headquartered in Dickinson?
It's where I live. That's the headquarters, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
District 8, what areas of North Dakota
That's
does
between
that cover?
all the posts between Mott and Beach, Stanton, Bowman, all those down on that south side.
Okay, you've got people in each of those communities that reach out and that are active in your group?
There are a lot of posts that they have, 50, 60 members, and usually 10 to 15 show up for meetings, but we all have the chance to talk and communicate and not have to worry about someone behind our back kibitzing on about what we did.
Okay, all right. Little background on you. Where did you grow up?
Grew up in Oregon, Grants Pass.
Okay.
Moved to Southern California, became a firefighter, spent 30 years from 74 to 2010 being an EMT. And when I retired in 2006, I said I would have done it for free, but it was good.
Prior to that, you served our country, and you're a Vietnam veteran.
Vietnam vet, May 1, 66, 67.
Okay, what do you want to tell me today about your time in Vietnam?
Well, like a guy, one of my buddies that I found out lives in south of Gladstone, I was just a mechanic. I repaired brake shoes, carburetors, and that kind of thing. And the story that you wanted, or is big, is my first sergeant came down and said, get me a wrecker, a Jeep with 2 shotgunners. That means guys with weapons to be able to return fire. And your deuce and a half truck, a 2.5 ton, 3-axle truck. And he said, be at headquarters at noon. I had no idea what was going on. So I show up with this crew, and he said, told the wrecker operator, pick up that 100 kW generator, which ran our post in Long Binh, Vietnam. And so I loaded up like I was just driving. And before this is just like Radar O'Reilly on MASH. Take sure there's no emblems on your vehicles, no signals or anything. We drove down to Saigon. Our second lieutenant jumped out and gave this security guard a ration, and we traded our old generator for a brand new one. Went back to Long Binh, and about 3 or 4 years ago, we were having dinner at Pizza Ranch, and Ron, the guy that was riding shotgun in the wrecker, someone said, well, what did you do in Vietnam? He said, all I did was be a mechanic, and I stole a generator. I go, that was my detail. And I had
what are the odds of something like that coming together? Huh? Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
When did you return from Vietnam to the United States, and where? What did you arrive in California?
Yes, I got back to, we landed in San Francisco. It was 65 degrees, and I left Vietnam the day before at 110 degrees. I was wearing summer khakis.
What kind of reception did you get when you arrived?
Not much there, but I was then posted to Fort Ord, and I was told, don't wear your uniform off post, because there was a lot of noise then, a lot.
Noise, describe what? I mean, what do you mean by noise? That's a metaphor for a lot of, protesting, perhaps. A lot of
people were very uninformed. The media was, and I've been involved in that for a long time. The media was biased enough to not tell the truth.
Wow.
And that's what cost us the war. Not cost us the war, led to the politicians doing what they did to make us look bad.
Did that affect you?
It did, because I was proud of what I did. It takes 7 uniformed people to service one guy in battle with the rifle and in combat. That's people in the chain. It takes another 15 people in the States to feed those 7. So it's a all-out. The total community, everybody was deployed. Our AD, they wear red shirts on Friday. Remember, everyone deployed, and we did our job, what we were asked to do to fight against communism.
Fast forward to 2024, Veterans Affairs today. What is needed? What's your opinion of it? What do you see as far as how veterans are treated today?
Man, for me, I've had phenomenal response to the local VA clinic. When I need something done, I've had a knee replaced, and different things happening. I've been good at it, but I've heard other guys say they have to go either to Sturgis down to Fort Myers to get service because Fargo just sometimes doesn't listen well.
Yeah.
But for me, I've been very pleased with the VA.
Okay. And we've come a long way, haven't we?
Yes.
Yes, and it's because of people like our Veterans Affairs Officer in Dickinson, Jessica, who's coming up on the program.
Indeed.
Yeah, tell us about Jessica. What do you? When I told you that you were going to be on the show with Jessica, you just doing what you're doing now. You beamed. You beamed. A big smile. Look at you. Oh, man.
There was a conflict some years ago, and we heard about it, so we showed up all at the courthouse, and it was packed. Because of Jessica.
Wow. That's awesome. That's amazing. I hear great things about her. The things that I've worked with her in the past have just been phenomenal, and we're very fortunate to have her here. We'll talk to Jessica here in a bit, but meanwhile, you and the District 8 American Legion, you were involved in a lot of activities. Today, we're just a day ahead of a big event that you have every year at Pizza Ranch, where you feed you offer a meal to veterans.
Yeah, the veterans and their families can come to Pizza Ranch for a free dinner from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And
last year you had that same event. You served 89 people. And I think that's been growing exponentially through the years, hasn't it?
It's been going on, and Marathon Oil is also helping us sponsor that. And I just got word just last week that President Roosevelt will be there Wednesday night at 5 o'clock.
Okay. All right.
Phenomenal guy.
All right, the one who's living currently in Medora?
Yes, yeah, obviously.
Okay, yeah, and by the way, Joe Wiegand is the greatest identity thief there's ever been, and we love him for it.
Yes, indeed.
Oh man, I wish we had more time, Ed, and we're gonna find a venue to talk more and tell your stories. But meanwhile, some of the other things that District 8 American Legion Riders do, what are they?
Every year we've been sponsoring a Camel for Cause, and it's where we have a silent auction and an auction at the Eagles Club in Dickinson, and we raised a great deal of money, and we give it back to the people, the veterans that are in need in Dickinson. And since you mentioned Jessica, we're able to give her on a quarterly basis the stuff that she needs to help our veterans in crisis.
Okay.
And we sponsored the Vietnam moving wall that I think there was just less than 10,000 people that came through to see that. That was 3 years ago, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. We're going to do that again, I think.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we can follow you. You've got a Facebook page, District 8 American Legion Riders, Post 66 on Facebook.
Yes.
You're very active there. There's photos there. There's other members who we can contact through that Facebook page.
Yes.
Like I said, and I apologize, I wish we had more time, but as we wrap up your segment of Western Edge Living today, is there anything that you'd like to say? Any question I didn't ask, perhaps?
Never assume anything. Always ask the person if they need help.
Awesome. Jessica McClellan will be coming up and seeing your reaction. You getting a little emotional about talking about Jessica. That made my day. That's amazing. Thank you for your service to our country, Edward. I really appreciate it. I thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you.
You bet. Coming up, Jessica McClellan here on Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson.
You know I got 2 home runs.
You got 2 jacks.
And then my grand slam, I signed the ball for you.
Okay.
And it says, Papa, I love you.
Why did you do that?
Because you taught me everything about baseball.
I'm so sweet.
The worst shop in Dickinson, the best darn sausage in town. Their products are backed by 6 generations of authentic German ancestry, meaning they are as they have been for hundreds of years. Folks come from near and far to enjoy their steaks, hamburger, country-style sausage, and much more, including seasonings, cheese, and of course, Coogan. The worst shop features a great atmosphere to enjoy and absorb as you browse. Stop by Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturdays 8 to 4. The best darn sausage in town and more, all at the worst shop. Medora Boot and Western Wear in the heart of historic Medora. Open 10 to 5 every day, but closed Tuesdays. Boot is their middle name, and they have over 1,500 pairs of boots in stock for all ages and sizes. They also have the all-new Higher Boot with many new styles, Western clothes, belts, caps, hats, and more, including a great line of toys and Longhorn wall decor. Medora Boot and Western Wear for the cowboy and cowgirl in you.
Medora boot and Western wear.
At Poncheros, we put a lot of work into building every burrito to last for about 10 minutes. Poncheros. Come build your better. At Poncheros, every tortilla starts as a small ball of dough. Then it's fresh pressed to perfection. That's just how we do it. Poncheros. Come build your better.
Service Pro Express Lube, now open on East Fuller Dickinson. Gets your vehicle serviced quickly and you're back on the road in no time. No appointment required. You don't even get out of your vehicle. They utilize Service Pro oil, the only oil produced and refined in the U.S., and it meets or exceeds vehicle manufacturer requirements. Plus, they top off all fluids and perform multi-point inspections. It's part of what's offered at Service Pro Express Lube. Students looking for a part-time gig? Inquire at Service Pro Express Lube. Ask about the Scholarship Incentive Program. Service Pro Express Lube, East Fuller Dickinson, next to Lucky's.
Howdy from historic Medora and Little Missouri Saloon and Dining. We are open 7 days a week all year round. Little Missouri Saloon and Dining is well known for great food, great drinks, and great times. Lots of folks find our menu to be very unique and satisfying. Nobody leaves here hungry. Find out more at littlemosaloon.com. Come check us out. You won't be disappointed. See you at the Little Missouri Saloon and Dining in historic Medora.
You know, there's a lot of things you could be doing right now, but you are watching Western Edge Living presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson, and we so appreciate it. Thank you very much. As promised, the star of the show, the headliner.
Not sure about that.
The Stark County Veterans Affairs Officer, Jessica McClellan. Thanks for joining us on the show today.
Thanks for having me, Bill.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Life is good, yeah?
It's good, yep.
What would you be doing if I hadn't called to have you come in today?
Just working day-to-day tasks, helping veterans in the office.
You have an office in the Stark County Courthouse, correct?
I do.
Yeah. How long have you been in the capacity of affairs officer?
I'm 12 years.
12 years.
Yep.
You served our country in what capacity prior to that?
Yep, I served in the United States Air Force, 1999 to 2003.
Okay. Did you grow up in this community?
I grew up in New Rockford,
Okay.
North Dakota, and I've been a Dickinson resident for 22 years.
Now, I'm going to do something a little different here, Jessica. Sure. Let's say that you're nowhere near retirement age, I can tell that. But say that you were going to hand your job off to somebody. What would you tell them about being the Stark County Veterans Affairs Officer? How would you explain what you do to somebody coming in?
Well, the role of a county veteran service officer is to advocate for the veterans' benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So making them, educating the veteran of where they served, what they're eligible for, what they may be entitled to based on the time of their service. There's compensation, pension, home loans, insurance, burial benefits, education. There's just a wide variety. So for the county veteran service officer, We work for the veteran. We want to make sure the veteran's knowledgeable of the benefits they're eligible for.
Okay. How are we doing as a country as far as what we're doing for our veterans, the Veterans Administration? We got work to do there, or are you?
Always room for improvement.
Always room for
but
improvement.
It's come leaps and bounds in the 12 years I've been in the role as a County Veteran Service Officer. Legislation always tries to pass a new law to help improve veterans' eligibility. A PACT Act was just passed that opened up a wide variety, more veterans eligible for VA health care, more presumptive conditions are added on for disability benefits. So we're doing a good job taking care of our veterans, especially in the state of North Dakota.
And I'm thinking that it's always being tweaked, it's always being improved, and you probably have a lot of meetings you have to go to every month, don't you?
There's always new updates, new laws that are being passed, new federal and state benefits that are coming out.
You know, you were in the green room watching the interview, the conversation we had with Edward here a few minutes ago, and I talked about you, and he got emotional with that. That just warmed my heart. What does that do for you? You saw the tears in the man's eyes.
Well, he's the true American hero, so my tears are for him. He served our country, and he fought a fight. He's still fighting it today, and he came home. So he's our American hero.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. Do you attend some of the events that they put on District 8?
Absolutely. I try to be at every one I can.
Yeah. And having said all this, you got a little something.
Yeah, I do. On behalf of the state of North Dakota and the Department of Veterans Affairs, there's a North Dakota Vietnam Memorial coin that I'd like to present to Ed and thank him for his service.
Oh, wonderful. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's a great man. He's always got a story.
Yeah.
Well, I wish we could have had more time with him, but we're going to find a venue to tell the story about. We were watching Yellowstone. Both of us watched Yellowstone the other day when the snake was on the gal, and he's got a story similar to that. So, yeah, we're going to find a venue to tell that story. You know, listening to radio stations around the community, I hear things like coming up on Friday at the courthouse and beach, Jessica McClellan will be addressing veterans issues. You do that a lot? Do you travel around the area?
Yep, I cover 6 counties, so I try to show a presence in each county. I've just picked up Mercer County. We did a 2-day veteran open house in Mercer County to make sure the veterans are informed and know how to contact our office and how to reach us by phone, email, make an appointment. So boots on the ground is what I like to call it. I like to get out to our rural communities and our rural counties and show our face that we're here, we care, and they're never forgotten about.
Where did you say you were prior to coming here today?
Beach.
Beach,
so I covered
okay.
Golden Valley County.
All right, yes, that's where I heard you on the Baker, Montana radio station. So, yeah. Is this a regular thing? Do you have a schedule that tells?
Not necessarily a set schedule. We compile a list of veterans for each county, and when we have a full day's work, then we travel to that county. So weekly
wonderful.
We're traveling.
Yes. 12 years in the office. Man, I bet you've seen some changes over the years. What can you say about that as far as from when you started to where you're at today? Has there been a lot of changes that have taken place?
Yep, the federal and state benefits for veterans are always progressing, making sure the legislation will change the law, property tax credit for the state in the North Dakota, just different eligibility criteria, kind of making it more open for the veterans to come in and receive their benefits.
You know, you mentioned too a few minutes ago about mortgages and home loans and things, and we worked together on a project with an area lender on some of that. And what are some of the benefits for a VA loan for somebody that you know, like Ed, who has served our country? What kind of benefits can they get from doing them, from taking advantage of that?
So they can reach out to any lender that is approved for VA home loan, lower interest rates, no money down.
Wow.
So there's just a benefit to have a VA home loan. The VA would back their home loan 75% if they ever defaulted.
Okay. What are some of the other benefits? For example, health care, insurance that you know, I have to pay for. What is available for those who have served our country?
VA healthcare is a free healthcare for veterans who are eligible. There are some different guidelines and criteria. There's veterans disability benefits. I call it if the veteran got hurt while they were serving their country on active duty orders, like a workman's comp. If you got hurt while you were serving your country for a condition that you still have today, the VA would compensate you tax-free money each month for the rest of your life for the percentage of disability.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Pension, if you were income-based, there's a VA pension. The VA doesn't want you to fall below a poverty guideline limit, and so the VA would pay you tax-free money each month to get up to that threshold. There's burial benefits, end-of-life benefits, education, life insurance,
Lots
so
of
many.
Lots of
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
Wow. In your opinion, what is needed? What if you could, have a blank check for some things that some changes perhaps within the veterans benefits? What would you like to see before your tenure is over?
Sure. Healthcare, making sure
Healthcare.
all veterans are able to receive quality VA healthcare. Some veterans do travel to receive healthcare. I would like the healthcare to be more accessible, specialty care more accessible, more healthcare options for the veterans.
Okay. You know, we hear a lot about suicides and the veterans. What can you say about that locally as far as the Dickinson area, the western edge of North Dakota, and suicides as it relates to the veteran?
Yeah, it's our number one concern. We don't want any veteran to feel alone or lost or forgotten. There are resources available in our community and across the nation for veterans who are suffering. We do have a great veteran group in our community, so the veterans always know, call me anytime of the day, night. We do have, like Ed, any veteran available to help a veteran in need. We have a great community, but if we lose one veteran, we lose one too many.
Yeah. Are we gaining any ground on that? This is an issue that has been coming up for quite some time now. Are we gaining any ground? Are we getting the word out? Are we doing a good job of getting the message to those who need to hear it?
Yeah, if you want to hear the message, it's there for you if you're going to listen. There's 988, it's the Veterans Crisis Line. They have to push 3 buttons, 988, and that gets them connected to a mental health professional. So the information is out there across the nation. You have to want to receive the help and to hear that help.
Okay. Well, when you're not in the office, when you've got some time to yourself, what do you like to do around here? There's a lot of options.
I work and support the veterans in our community, attend veterans events. Yeah, my work is my hobby. So
always working.
Yeah, it's
you
great.
You enjoy what you do.
I love what I do.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
We're blessed to have your services here,
Thank you.
Jessica. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. As we wrap up today, is there a question I haven't asked? Is there something that you would like to relate to our audience? Perhaps a veteran who is listening right now. Is there anything you'd like to say?
I'd like to thank every veteran for their service, their sacrifices that they've made to our country, and know you're never alone, you're never forgotten. Reach out to our office and we'll be happy to help.
Gosh, this has been great. It's
thank you.
seeing both of you and yourself and Ed and what you obviously mean to one another just warms my heart. Stark County Veterans Service Officer,
Yes.
Jessica McClellan, thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
You bet. And reach out to us anytime if there's a message that we can help you get
Sure
out to
will.
your
Thank
to
you
your
for that.
folks.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Jessica McClellan here on Western Edge Living. Find us at westernedgelivingtv.com. Send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. And we will be back next week with a brand new program, Western Edge Living, presented by CHI, St. Alexius Health Dickinson.
Western Edge Living.